Maybe you can elaborate a little bit into like the fact that there's really no difference between a realtor and a business person.
Yeah, I mean, there's different perspectives. So as a solo agent, there's nothing wrong with that. Just you're familiar with the cash flow quadrant, right? And then we go to basically a 1099 or an independent contractor. And that's what you are unless you start to move towards the business owner. But the difference between a business owner and an independent contractor is we do it versus they do it, right? Which means that if you left your business for 6 months, it would be equal or greater. And most agents can't leave their business for 6 months or their business will be down,
Right.
right? I have agents that sometimes take the summer off and it takes them 6 months to get back into the game because
Yeah.
that the lag time between relationships and lead generation to closings can be that long. So to me, what I've realized in my 20 years in the business is that I love the support, coaching, and consulting. So I love kitchen table appointments with buyers and sellers and just listening to a challenge and then, creatively finding a way to bridge that gap. And I realized through the process, because I've personally sold over 2,000 homes, the bigger your business goes, the smaller your focus, and you can really focus in on what you're good at. So I quickly shifted within probably the first, 2012, when I hired my first buyer's agent, Tara, is I immediately gave all my buyers away because I realized if I specialized on the sellers, we could do more together and she gets all the buyers. And then that just led to, okay, what am I good at? And then how can I give away all these other jobs? And I think a lot of agents sometimes are, to their detriment, they're too good at all the jobs and they don't want to give them away. And to me, there's, a $20 an hour job, a $50 an hour job, and a $500 an hour job. And so how can I stay in those higher end jobs and allow opportunities for those to do those other things? So that's really, and then having agents, I realized I love pouring in long term. So a seller I get to sit down with, hopefully what most of our sellers want to sell in the first 30 or 45 days. So I get to work with them for maybe 2 months, 90 days, and then, we go off on our separate journeys in life and maybe touch base once, twice a year, honestly connecting. And so I just have figured out I love that portion of helping my agents and my team get what they want.